Going live in three, two. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Smoothed Out Radio Show. Let's get it. Yeah. Yeah.
The home of the best hip-hop and R&B in the Tri-Cities.
What's going on, and welcome to the Smoothed Out Radio Show on Smoothed Out Radio via Radio King. As always, I'm your host, Taylor Joel. Thank you. As always, far too kind. Thank you guys so much for tuning in tonight. We got a great show for you tonight. So we've got our holiday giveaway still going on. We got some new trivia with my man Michael Haze. We got the new Superman movie, which is going to be fun to talk about. We've got two crazy cook-up drops with Yakeem Shiva and Kareem Liddell. Okay, so stay tuned for that. And, of course, we've got the inaugural Smoothed Out Radio top artist list for the Tri-Cities and Tri-State area. So sit tight, get your snacks and incense ready because we're getting all the way up there. But first, Smoothed Out Radio is the destination for the top hip-hop and R&B in the Tri-Cities. Home of the cook-up, we are the sound of the Tri. Yeah. All right. Man, what's going on? Again, welcome to the Smoothed Out Radio Show. As I mentioned before, I'm your host, Taylor Joe. And of course, to my right, the haziest of all the hazy in the land, we got Michael Haze. What's going on, Michael Haze?
All right, now, calm down.
They love you. They love you over here.
Me. But no, nothing much, man. Glad to be here as always.
Absolutely. Glad to have you here. All right, so, it's about to be Christmas in a couple days, right?
Don't remind me.
Of course, Merry Christmas. We've got our Christmas hats on. It's all Christmas. It looks like Santa came and threw up in here. It's all good. But Merry Christmas to you and yours.
Yep.
Over here we're getting ready for Christmas. It's spent way too much money.
Way too much. Yeah,
I can't wait to just get to the part where we just kind of get to relax as a family and just kind of sit back. We watched the Harry Potters.
Oh yeah,
those are
those are the comfort movies.
Those are our Christmas movies. Movies.
Yeah.
I know there's always a debate on like certain things or whether or not they're Christmas movies. Harry Potter is a Christmas movie.
I don't know. I feel like it is because every Harry Potter movie you watch is always on Christmas.
It has a Christmas
every time.
Every single one of them. Right?
Every one. I mean, and they release right around Christmas anyways. So they're definitely in that ballpark of being a Christmas norm for sure.
And see, I'm not. Like, we watched that and we watched The Grinch. We watched the original with Jim Carrey.
That's the best one anyways. Now, it's the one.
I like the cartoon. We do watch the cartoon one with Benedict Cumberbatch, however you say his last name.
Oh, yeah.
But, of course, Jim Carrey he's the man.
He's really good. And you can't, when you watch that movie, it feels like he truly just takes that role and just runs with it.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, it's one of those movies when you watch it, you can't help but to be captivated by him in that role because he just does it so well.
Yeah. He's just a man. Like, we grew up with Jim Carrey. We grew up.
Hey, there's a lot of people
Ace
who
Ventura,
don't like him. Yeah,
there's no way.
There's no, and in my opinion, I don't
Get
see
out of
it.
here.
I don't know.
Get out of here.
I love Jim Carrey.
Jim
Always
Carrey's
have.
the man. He was on Living Color. Get out of here.
Mm-hmm.
Get out of here.
He's on a bunch of good movies.
I'm showing my age again, but it is what it is. I think we should get into a little bit of trivia. Don't you think?
Oh, yeah. Let me get this trivia.
Yeah, because the last time that we did trivia, I think it was movie trivia.
We did the movie trivia. Yep.
And
you were doing it. You
3
were
or
doing
4.
Good. 3 or 4.
Oh yeah.
You were getting it, dude.
I'm excited. So this one is music, right?
This one I did do music. Yes.
Okay.
Now this one is no specific time though.
Okay.
It may go from the 2000s. It may go from the 1990s. It may go up and down. But we're gonna have a little fun.
Okie dokie. Well,
all right.
We're going to see what we got. Let's see if you can stump me. Let's go.
Let's see if I can get this one.
All right. What you got? Number one.
So, number one. So, which song was a hit by Whitney Houston in 1990? If It Isn't Love, Beat It, I'm Your Baby Tonight, or On Bended Knee?
I'm Your Baby Tonight.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yes, sir.
I'm your baby tonight. Oh, yeah. That was, anyway. Come on now. Here we go.
That's the one.
Next one.
All right.
Number
this
two.
one might throw you. You never know.
Let's go.
All right. So, number two. What singer adopted the nickname the Prince of Darkness? Vince Neil, David Lee Roth, James Hetfield, or Ozzy Osbourne?
Ozzy Osbourne.
I figured that might have got you since it's a little out of your character.
What we got? Correct?
That's it. You got it.
2 for 2.
He's going for it today, boys.
What we got?
All right. Number three. So how many consecutive weeks did Rihanna's song Umbrella stay at number one on the Billboard charts? 7 weeks, 1 week, 5 weeks, or 9 weeks?
Umbrella?
It's raining. That's the one.
You mean, what am I? Give me one more.
Yeah, no, I got you. So 7 weeks, 1 week, 5 weeks, or 9 weeks. And that's consecutively number one on the Billboard.
I want to say 9 weeks.
9 weeks?
Yeah.
Is that your final answer?
Final answer.
Boom. That is not it.
7.
It was 7. And you had it too. I knew you were thinking 7, but you didn't do it.
That's my bad.
It's all good. You got them. You got them.
So
far, you're doing good.
All right.
So number 4. Which song was not released? And I repeat, not released in 2000s. Was it Poker Face by Lady Gaga, Love Story by Taylor Swift, Hello by Adele, or Crazy in Love by Beyonce?
Not
released.
In the 2000s.
In the 2000s. So again, we've got Poker Face by Lady Gaga, Love Story by Taylor Swift, Hello by Adele, or Crazy in Love by Beyonce.
Poker Face.
Poker Face, my poker face. That's wrong. It was Hello by Adele.
Garbage. That's garbage.
He said garbage. He's mad because he's got one more left and he ain't got it.
Is there another one left?
There's one more. I'll give you so last one I got. So number 5. Which artist sang You Are Not Alone? Was it Whitney Houston, New Edition, Mariah Carey, or Michael Jackson?
Michael Jackson?
Is that it?
You are not alone.
Yeah, it is. I figured you'd get that one.
Wasn't that for not Shamu? Is it Shamu the whale? Free Willy? Wasn't that for Free Willy?
What? Was it?
I'm pretty sure that was for the Free Willy soundtrack. We might have to look that up.
Yeah. If you told me it was, I did not know.
Okay, I think it was.
I believe you. If you told me you got it with your chest. So y'all tell us, is it on Free Willy? Because we need to know.
3 for 5.
3 on 5. That's right. 3 to 5.
As long as I'm above 500, I'm good to go.
That's right.
All right. That was fun.
Yes, sir.
Hey, listen, guys. If you've got some good 2000s music or movie trivia, send them over to Michael Haze. See if you guys can stump me. I mean, I'm staying above 500 every time. So.
Yeah, for sure. 50% at least at this point has been up. Yeah,
50 and up. So see what you can. Send them over to Michael Haze. Y'all see if you can stump me.
All for it.
We'll do what we got to do. So next, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna take a quick little break here. We're gonna jam out to some local artists. Get you a drink. Use the bathroom. Do what you gotta do. When we come back, we're talking a smooth out top artist list. We got some more giveaways and much, much more. But first, here is a quick word from our sponsors at Vintage Ave.
Vintage Ave Boutique, 603 West Market Street, Johnson City, Tennessee. The only place you can get bait, B-loan, vintage, and sneakers.
Oh my God.
All in one place.
What's going on? Welcome back, everybody, to the Smooth Out Radio Show. I'm your host, Taylor Joe. To my right is Mr. Michael Haze. How you doing, Mr. Michael?
Doing good, doing good.
That's what I'm talking about. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope you guys are, having a wonderful Christmas. I hope you guys are staying warm. It's about to be Christmas in a couple days. So Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, whatever it is that you celebrate, please do enjoy. But
Mm-hmm.
let's get into this Smoothed Out Radio inaugural Tri-Cities, Tri-State top artist list. Okay, let's
Boom,
let,
boom,
let's
boom.
get into it. Okay, I don't. So let's. I don't know. Oh wait, hold on. There we go. There we go. So again, we did some research. We did some research. It didn't just make a list. I tried to look at as many artists as possible. I've tried to contact as many of the music mafia heads in the area. You know what I'm saying, like the higher ups. You know what I'm saying. It is what. Hey, listen. It is what it is. There's people that've been
The
doing
music mafia.
Listen, there's people that've been doing music and have done big things in this area. So, I tried to talk to as many of them as possible to kind of get an opinion. But I will say this.
Okay.
So, I've broken it down into kind of 3 tiers, right?
Okay.
So, I've got the kind of the watch list, like for the up and coming, like they're new to the scene, or they haven't necessarily been putting out as much music or doing as much, but they're still out there and we still know who they are.
Okay.
So then we've got like an honorable mention, right? Now the honorable mention list is like a step up from that. So they're putting out the music, but maybe the quality isn't right there, or they just haven't necessarily found their avenue yet, right? But
Okay.
they're right there on the cusp of like really kind of putting in some hardcore work to where like, hey, that song is it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And so basically and then I've got my top 5 list, right? So that's gonna
Mhm.
be the top 5 artists that are really putting in work. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like going out of the area to perform, to do shows, like putting in as much work as far as videos, video quality, sound quality, production, things like that, to where they're
Yeah.
trying their best to
Their brand's on point, stuff like that.
they're trying their
Okay.
best to make an actual name for themselves. So,
Okay.
and here's the criteria, right? So I'm looking at quality of sound and product, right? Quality of sound and production, right?
Yeah.
Because you got to have good beats, you got to have good engineering, all that good stuff. So it's quality of sound,
It goes hand in hand. Yeah.
actual talent,
Gosh. Actual talent.
talent.
Oh god.
Like that's a big thing. No, I was having a discussion with one of the artists around here earlier. And there's actually been a thing on Facebook. It was a discussion. G4 posted it, right?
Okay.
Like, it's not always about the talent anymore. But here, the Smooth Out Radio, it's going to be a lot about the talent, right? So marketability, that's another thing that we're looking at. Is there something that you can sell? You know what I'm saying? Like, are you somebody that when they start looking, or hey, they can get behind you? You know what I'm saying? And that kind of goes with your brand as well. So when you're putting on your music, what do you stand for? What when they put out your song, when you put out your songs, can people be like, yo, I like what he's doing, what he's standing for, what he's about? So then your professionalism and searchability. If I can type your name in my Google search and I pull up, all the different avenues of music, the different things that you have done, maybe there's an article, maybe there is, something tagged in on Facebook where you've gone and done a show and your name's tagged in it. Like that's really good. That looks really good on you as an artist. And then work ethic, man. You see a lot of artists that, I've been guilty of it myself.
Same.
The work ethic sometimes is lacking, where the talent is through the roof, but sometimes it's, I'll just do it when I feel like it. But
Well, yeah. At the end of the day, like I feel like work ethic is definitely things that quality over quantity in some ways, though.
Yeah.
But I do agree that with that principle there, that work ethic does perform and help to better an artist.
Yeah.
So like, if you haven't released songs but you're still out there doing it,
Yeah.
and you're still progressing and doing better, and you're still working towards like the goals that you're going for, I think that's a little different, but people can't see it if it's not put out.
Yeah.
So I agree.
I mean, and it's something that we've talked about in previous shows. There was the episode, I believe, 5. I believe you weren't here, but we talked about the short form content. How people are putting out so much content. If you've got content, you should put it out. Because this is
even if you're not going to release it, which I suggest you at least put it on a website if you could, to do a download or whatever. But I did see that.
Yeah.
I had a counter thing there, but I believe that there's a lot of things to the short form content.
Yeah.
But I do agree that that is true. I mean, you might as well use every place that you can.
Yeah.
And yes, it is short form.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean you have to give them a 2-minute song.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean you have to give them a minute song. You have to
Provide
make
something.
the most you can out of the time you're given, though.
Yeah. Provide
And I think
something.
that's, exactly. You have to provide the entertainment because at the end of the day, what are we as artists?
Entertainers.
We're entertainers, first and foremost.
Very well said. All right, so let's get into this. This is the first tier. So these
Okay.
are the artists to kind of keep watch on. Like these are
Okay.
the art. Like I said, they are maybe
They're
either
simmering.
new to the scene or
Yep.
they've been around for a long time, but they're kind of a little quiet, but still here and there. You hear them pop up. They
Mhm.
might pop up and do a show here and there just to kind of remind you that they're still
yeah,
there.
They may be doing stuff for
Yeah.
sure.
So
Yeah.
here is that list. And again, this is the smoothed out radio. This is nobody else's. Whatever. I don't even think Michael Haze wants to attach his name to this. So if anybody wants to say anything, you can.
Oh my
It is
gosh.
what it is.
Well, let's also clarify something before we start.
Yes.
This is not going to involve any country rap.
Okay.
Yeah. We're solely just talking about hip hop in this one.
Yeah.
We may do something further along the
Yeah.
lines down the road.
And I've
but
got something for
I
R&B
feel
as
like
well.
for the hip hop, we're just talking strictly hip hop right now.
Yeah.
So if you don't see it, trust me, we are not.
We're
you know,
working.
We're working towards it.
We're working towards a list on R&B. I've actually
On everything.
I have a small list because
Exactly.
R&B isn't as big as it used to be. I
Yeah,
must say,
unfortunately,
myself
it's a great genre, but
as
unfortunately,
as the ex R&B king of the Tri Cities, I must say,
the man can sing.
there are a few folks that are doing their thing, but
They are.
we'll
yeah.
we'll get there. That's neither here
But
nor there.
I just wanted to disclose this.
This is
because,
straight. This is straight hip hop.
yeah,
Straight hip hop. Nope,
exactly.
not country rap. But
not at the moment, but
we'll
we
get
will
there.
get there.
We'll
Yep.
get there. So for the watch list, so first on the first tier, we got Lil Spooky.
Okay.
Okay, PNF Champ.
Mhm.
Really good dude. He was just at the Friday Night Live.
Yep.
Right.
was,
Say
yeah.
Word. Dear close friend of mine. That's my little brother right there.
Yeah.
Say
Okay.
Word. We got Ace Boogie.
Mhm.
Young Quan, who listen, I need to say, Young Quan, he's been hitting me up. Young Quan, send me your music, man. I went and checked you out.
Send it to him.
I was talking to Michael.
Yeah.
It's raw. He's raw.
He
He's
is.
raw,
Yeah.
but there's a lot of potential.
Exactly.
There's a lot of
It's-
potential.
It's there, but you just gotta hone in and definitely
Yeah.
send us stuff, man. Send
Yeah.
us stuff, even if it's not edited. Send it to
Send it in.
us.
Send it
and
in. Let us-
We'll work on it and we'll figure it out.
Because a lot of people that are sending in music, it's you're right there. It's just keep working. You know what I'm saying?
exactly. I mean, it's,
but-
it's
all right.
awesome stuff.
So Young Quan, he's in that first tier. Then we got
Okay.
King Madam, who she is
Ooh. Great.
absolutely
Great live.
her show,
Absolutely great live.
wonderful.
Loved it.
wonderful show. So then we also have Cam Karoma,
Okay.
and she's been putting in a lot of work.
Okay.
So I'm really proud of her. Y'all go check Cam Karoma out.
Yeah, check her
and
out
then
for sure.
Last on this first tier is Primetime.
Okay.
So Primetime, he was actually a late ad that I had to go and look up. That was somebody who kind of threw his name out that I hadn't heard him because again, there's a
Okay.
lot of new artists
There's a lot,
that are
yeah.
developing the passion, that are actually putting the time and some of the effort into it. So just guys, keep working.
Yeah, for
you know,
sure.
but that's
I'm excited to see where people go with it. Speaking on Little Spooky, I actually remember producing his music. Well, not fully, but
Yeah.
doing some of the stuff,
Working
and
with
also
him.
working with him. Maybe even doing some beats as well with
Yeah.
him. I want to say he was around 14, 15 at the time.
Yeah.
He's just a young little boy.
He's been grinding.
So just to watch his growth and continuance of
Yeah.
growth, I love that.
And I'm
So,
pretty sure
yeah.
he's good with the camera work too.
Oh my gosh,
I'm pretty sure.
that is one thing that I will say. If we had a camera work, that kid he's getting killer with it.
Yeah, well,
absolutely killer with
And
it.
I'll tell you, it's just like when you look at some of these, bigger professions like the NBA,
Mhm.
NFL, and you see like a last name, and then you look in a generation later, and you see the same last name or something like that. The bloodline, his bloodline, his family, he comes from a good family. He comes from he has artists that are in his family, so he's learned a lot. He's learned a lot.
Yeah, it got passed down.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think we got someone later down the list, correct?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, that's
so,
what I thought.
But that is the first tier of
Yep.
the first inaugural
one.
smoothed out top artist list. These
Mhm.
are the artists to watch first tier. All right, so here
Yeah.
we're gonna run. Let me run through them one more time.
All right.
We got Lil Spooky,
Yep.
PNF Champ, Say Word,
Mm-hmm.
Ace Boogie, Young Quan, King Madam,
Yep.
Cam Karoma, and Primetime. So
Yep.
yeah, hey, congratulations, yeah, y'all out there doing your thing.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Keep doing it. for real.
All right. Woo-hoo. So let's keep going. I wanted to talk a little Superman.
Oh,
A little Superman, right?
Little Superman.
Like there's a new Superman movie coming out, directed by what? James Gunn?
James Gunn.
Listen,
It's
the trailer for that movie, when it starts with the Crypto, the dog, coming to get, I mean, he's sitting there wheezing,
yeah.
and the dog comes and gets him, and he hands him his cake, like, take off. Like,
I loved it.
it gives you that old school feeling again,
Mhm.
right? Like that you went to the movies back in the day, and it was an experience. Like,
Yeah.
forget how you didn't care how expensive the popcorn and the candy, and or
You were there
You
for
found
the
somebody.
experience.
You found somebody that could bring a big bag. You stuff it in there, and you and the whole family go, and it's
Yeah.
like, wow. And that's what even the preview is kind of giving out. Like, what
It's
did
giving
you
me-
like?
It's giving. Definitely, I agree with that. Like, it's giving me a feeling of just almost like I'm watching something that is truly cinematography coming in, like right now. Just from what I've seen of all the different DC and Marvel movies right now, from the preview, it truly gives me just really a hope right now that we're about to have a really amazing Superman movie come out, and it's going back to the origins with
Yeah.
him being in his glasses and
Yeah.
and his little curl,
And he's got the jaws out.
He's
got the jaws out.
But I mean, it just gives me that feeling of just like almost a nostalgia, but it is and it isn't. And I feel like that's the thing. It's like a line of nostalgia where they're adding Crypto the dog, which is not something that has been done yet. And it was hinted, but I think this is the first time in a movie I think that the dog has been in this big of a role.
In live action, yeah. And
So-
so when I noticed this was like the Guy Gardner, which
Okay.
is played by Nathan Fillion, who is one of the most favorite actors that I have. He played in Serenity, the movie. It's I forget what the name of the TV show is right now, but it's a great movie.
Okay.
He plays in a couple different things. He's on TV all the time, but he's been in some of these these comic movies. I believe he was in the Suicide Squad, the second one. But he's a really great. But see, I'm a grown man, and I don't care. I'm a grown ass man, and I will put on on Netflix. I will go
Yeah.
straight to the DC cartoons and put it on and fall asleep to it all the time. Don't care.
Yeah,
And
the
so-
the DCs for sure for cartoons
Yes.
are
Amazing.
amazing.
So
and there's a reason why cartoons are far superior in a lot of ways.
Yeah, so I loved seeing that they're adding, the Green Lantern core to the live action, and then Hawk Girl.
Yeah, I did see that too.
Hawk Girl.
Yep.
That's my. See, there goes my baby. I'm telling you, like, oh God, I'm telling you, she is it. So I'm excited to
It's
see Hawk
rounding
Girl.
out. Yeah, I was gonna say it's rounding out to be something that people have talked about for a long
Yeah.
time, and hopefully is going to really be what James Gunn promised, which was a DC that was like no other.
And so I'm really hoping that she is really kind of like she is in the comics. I really hope she is.
So far,
Just-
it looks like he is giving that comic book esque Superman look right now.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking that it could go that direction, but we don't know until we see it, of course.
I
But
cannot
I
wait.
do feel like he is giving it. Yeah,
I
for sure.
cannot wait. I cannot wait. All right. So before we go to another break, let's do another holiday giveaway.
Tired of chasing a bag that's too small? Try investing, babe. Stocks, real estate, crypto, we teach you how to make money. Find us at investingbay.com or follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and X.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Smooth Out Radio Show. That was Will Adams right there. He is a JC native. I'm telling y'all tune in to Smooth Out Radio. We playing 24 hours a day. We got all the hits you love, all the hits you need, all the local music, the top tier local music playing. It is what it is. We are the sound of the tribe. Oh, I like that. I like that.
The
You like
sound
that?
of the tribe.
You like that? All right. So, we've been kind of on this tick lately about bringing in different artists, right?
Yeah.
To the Tri-Cities, because back in the day, this used to be an area that people came through.
Yeah.
Like, I had made a post on Facebook and people chimed in, and we had plenty of people that came through. I mean, we had Cash Money. There was a huge thing with Cash Money back in the day. If you don't know anything about that, look that up. But it was a big thing with Cash Money back in the day. We had Travis Porter come through here,
Yeah.
which was, look that up too. We had Kurt Cobain's, you know what I'm saying? Rich Homie, Starlito, Future.
Yeah, we've had a lot of people.
it
A
was-
lot of good stuff come.
What happened? I mean,
yeah, that is true though.
I won't lie. Like, what happened with the Travis Porter thing? That was a little wild, but it happens.
Mm-hmm.
That happens everywhere. That's nothing crazy. And the Cash Money thing, that really wasn't that big of a deal. Like, when y'all
Yeah.
go look it up, just go look it up. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to get too much into it. Y'all go look, because we'll be here all day. But like, why is it the Tri-Cities? Is it Kingsport, Johnson City, Bristol? Are they like, do they not want that type of entertainment here? Like, because these were up and coming artists,
Mhm.
and then like some of them like Future like went on to become Future, and Yo Gotti's Yo Gotti, Travis, Kurt Cobain's, like some of them like made it big, some of them didn't, but they still came here. Like, what do you think is going on?
Well, I mean, I feel like there's a lot to it. I know that we had the local Zerati. They were bringing in a lot of big performances again.
That's true.
And that, the whole thing with them happened. So that could have put a damper on it. But I think that honestly, you're probably right. Not that people don't want it here, but more or less what's selling. And right now, I don't think that's what people want to hear at this moment. They want to hear it, but I don't know if it's selling.
They want to hear what?
I don't know. Right now, it's hard to say because country music is on the rise again. You've got rock on the rise again, higher than it's ever been.
Okay, here's the thing about what the Tri-Cities is. It is literally a melting pot of what music is. So
That
we've
is
got,
true, though.
We've got
We've got a lot
Nashville
of stuff.
and Knoxville right next to us, and then we've got Memphis all in the same state. So
Yeah.
in the Tri-Cities, we have guitars. We have rock guitars, we have country guitars, we have hip hop, we have R&B, we have everything. We have classical, we have jazz, we have everything. It's a gigantic melting pot of music.
Mm-hmm.
But it seems like in the area, what is pushed or cared about, popularized, supported is more of the country or rock. And it's like no one has put in any kind of efforts to bring okay, and let me say this. Back in the day, like, you would have your different groups. Like, you would have, like, because it was I remember Sam Justin, again, B Gamble, with Forever Young Nation. They were bringing in these artists. So is it on us? Like, is it on us that we're not bringing these types of artists in ourselves? Do we not have the same type of connections? Do we not talk to the same people? Do we not have the same ambition? Or is it Kingsport? Is it Johnson City? Do they not are people actually trying and it's not being allowed? I want to figure out. I want to get to the bottom of this because like what we've had the biggest hip hop or R&B, like the biggest hip hop show that we had was like that '90s show that they had it at Freedom Hall. So what we had the Yang Yang Twins and Vanilla Ice.
Well, no, we have the ETSU ones as well.
But
it's been a while since we've had a good one
Who's-
with hip hop.
I want to know who's been to the ETS. Hey, anybody in there? If y'all would look up who's been to ETSU, anybody that's been to like an ETSU party, anybody, doesn't matter who it is, one of the two of y'all. Anybody will look up who's been at an ETSU party, like or
You mean the ETSU performances?
like the performances.
Yeah.
Who have they brought in?
Because they do it every year.
But that is hip hop. That's R&B. That's more
Yeah.
of this.
I was going to say, I
this
think it has
genre.
been a while. And I feel like there's the movement has changed, unfortunately, like you were saying earlier. Country and rock has been on the rise, and there was a bubble. If you look it up a little bit more, hip hop had the biggest bubble it's ever had in years. The Baby came out,
Yeah.
Little Baby came out, and that was right there in the Little Baby where the Drake song came out that everybody was talking about.
Yeah.
That was a big boom
Yeah.
of hip hop, and then suddenly we have all of these people. Drill rap, all of these different things, and
Yeah,
it starts to water down.
It is watered
And-
down.
And
Okay.
right now we've got country on the rise, right? And you had Jelly Roll, you have Post Malone, you have all these artists, Beyonce, going to country.
Did you see that one post where
So-
that Jelly Roll's doing one of them freestyles from back in the day when Jelly Roll was Jelly Roll?
Yeah, he gets it, and that's
Jelly
it's
Roll's
wild.
from Jelly Roll is
Um,
from around here. Like he's
yeah.
from East Tennessee.
He is, yeah.
He was one of them boys now. Like
He is.
everybody knew who Jelly Roll was, but
Exactly.
it wasn't on no country.
Before it was on the country,
It
yeah.
wasn't on no country
He
stuff.
was
but-
on the hip hop. But that my point in case of what I was trying to at least say
Yeah.
is that I don't think there's anything wrong with hip hop in general. I think that they're going with what is selling and what is making them money and what they can invest in and what's cheaper. Because let's talk about it like this. If you look at trying to get a big
Cheaper.
hip hop artist, they want a lot of money.
Okay.
They want a lot of money.
It is a
for a
lot about
performance.
for these new artists that are coming up. It is more about the bag than the
Than the
than the product.
potential.
Than the
Exactly.
product.
So and then you have country and rock. They're accepting
Yeah.
these lower numbers to get the potential of these fans. And these people want hundreds and hundreds of dollars for tickets for
Yeah.
hip hop. You have the same person in country or rock doing it for 20, 30. It's a thing right now that I feel like there's a big bubble, and I feel like we need to have hip hop here as well because
We
like we
do.
really do. Like
And that's-
I feel it. Like
And
I
to your
agree.
point about the bubble, right? You said that there was a bubble. Why didn't at that point in time
Mhm.
somebody reach out to somebody and bring them in here?
I agree.
That's-
I feel like the budget isn't the problem as much, but I do feel like if we do look at statistically speaking, it is cheaper to get people who don't do hip hop, unfortunately, because they do want a lot of money, and it's not that they don't deserve it. I
And
don't
that's-
believe that.
Honestly, and I hate to say this, but it's watered down. It's muddy now, so it's the genre itself is losing. It's losing. So it's just it is what it is.
Yeah,
But
I was
let's-
going to say I could talk more on that subject of why I believe that happened, but we'll save that for another day.
Well,
'Cause-
I mean, it's just like what we were talking about in the last episode with the casino. To me,
Mhm.
and we'll get past this in just a second. But like, and because apparently there was more to the Brian McKnight,
There was
than-
some controversy.
that meets the eye, as to why the seats were empty. Now, and that's that's a whole different topic. I think we might jump into that at a maybe later, maybe not.
Potentially, yeah.
But it's still the fact of who they're actually bringing in,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like,
Yeah, we talked about that.
Even
They could
if-
have brought in someone who had a better potential.
anything. And they're bringing in Boys to Men, but like that's like the
more of
most
the
generic.
nostalgic.
That's the most generic type of. Oh yeah, let's just bring. Yeah.
That's more of a nostalgia,
and that's
it's not.
But they should bring in some
They
nostalgia.
should.
But they need to start looking at some
They
different.
need to bring in these. I told you.
The
last
crowd
time.
is from 25 to 34. You don't have to. The casinos, the
Yeah.
entertainment places, the crowd from 25 to up to 40.
Yep.
We need something to do. We've got a
Touch-
little bit of money too that we
touch
want to
these
spend.
touch these rising artists, these people who are getting their heads out here, that are popping out, getting these shows sold out.
All right, we
I
have
promise it'll work.
we've spent way too
Yeah,
much
for
time on
real.
that. So let's kind of move on to
Boom, boom.
I wanted to. We're going to do a little bit of Christmas education, right? Before we get into the honorable mention list, we need to get into a little bit of Christmas education about this, just the music, industry, and how how it works, what we're even looking for, like here at Smoothed Out Radio, what other radio stations are looking for, what these major companies are looking at. So this is our Christmas education. This is our Christmas gift to you. So what we really want to talk about is, when you bring something in as far as, if we're really trying to develop the culture here.
Mhm.
We're really trying to develop an East Tennessee music culture to where we are not the quote is, we are a C market, right? We let other people tell us what to do. We see what's hot and that's what we go with, instead of being a creative market to where, hey, they can look here and see there's a twang, there's a certain swagger, there's a certain sound about the Tri-Cities or the East Tennessee, the Tri-Cities, tri-state area, right?
Okay.
So when it comes to that, in order to develop that, there's some things that the artists, the promoters, the producers, everybody here has to start taking into mind. Like, this is a profession, right? So with music being a profession, and if you're taking it seriously, you have to come in a professional manner, right? Like, you can be as thugged out as you want to. You can do, if that's your lane, but you still have to find some way, some way of being professional about the way that you handle your business, because you can be. I mean, trust me, there are the cases, the lucky people that blow up and they're just the raw whoever's. But most of the time, if you're gonna get anywhere, because again, the music industry is a lot bigger than what just the artists that you see on the TV. Like, it's way bigger. So you're gonna have to be able to be professional, which means you got, like we talked about earlier, the searchability. You need to have photos. You need to have pictures. You need to have videos. And the product needs to be of good quality. Do you not agree?
Yeah, I mean, when I was doing running ads and stuff like that, I seen the better performance on things that I had more development on either the track or on the actual the ad itself, or whatever it may have been. I seen increases and potentials with that. So I think that it's definitely something to touch on, is definitely the professionalism and making sure that if they do go to your page or your Facebook, whatever you use, Instagram, TikTok, etc., that your song's always there, your information's there, something to get to that next point. Because I find so many people don't.
Yeah.
They say they're an artist, but I gotta message you for it.
Yeah.
Why do I need to message you? It should already be very well known.
Artist, if you are paying attention, if you have an MP3,
Mm-hmm.
the more it's certain links are okay if you press them, and I know I can get directly to your song.
Yeah.
If you don't send me a link or make it as easy as possible, it's going to make it a little bit more difficult for me to actually get to your song. There was one time I got sent a Snapchat,
Oh gosh.
and it was to a Google
Snapchat
Drive,
for a
Google
Google
document,
Drive,
and I
yeah.
wasn't even
Yeah.
given permission to
No.
open the doc. So you've got to
Yeah.
do this in more of a professional manner.
It takes a second.
So,
I mean,
and
it just takes a
and
second.
even throwing the events, even putting them together, marketing, everything has to be on time, on target. You have to make sure people are having a good time. There used to be
Yeah.
a day when, you would go to the club, you would see the guy that's promoting the party walking through, hey, buying drinks for these people, making sure these people are smiling.
Yep.
Like, those are things that still need to happen in order to
I
make
agree.
sure people want to come back, because we have to give people incentive to want to come out, right? We can't just get the homies up and all right, well, it's time to do this, do that, pass the
Yeah.
mic. We need DJs like DJ Bricks. He's a real DJ. He's spinning songs, but we have to have real DJs that are spinning songs. We have to kind of chop things up, add flair to your performance. Like it's
Mhm.
it's a f- this is a f- it's it's the entertainment business, right?
Yep.
So you have to put a little bit more effort into it. So
Yeah.
all right, let's move on. We're going to take us just a small break. We're going to come back. We're going to talk a little. We got another giveaway to work on, and we are going to talk our next tier, the honorable mention for the first
Yeah.
inaugural Smoothed Out Radio Top Artist List. We'll be right back. We'll holler at y'all. Y'all have a good time.
Hey everyone, it's Brendan from the suburbs, and I'm here with
Hey, Toe.
it's Unverified Nobodies, and you're listening to Smooth Out Radio.
All right. Y'all know what time it is. You know what time it is. You know that means we got the cook-up drop coming up. You know what I'm saying? So tonight we got our first cook-up drop comes from none other than Yakeem Shiva. So
Yakeem.
Listen.
Yes.
this man has been he was at again another one of the artists that's been to one of the Smooth Out Radio parties that we were having last year. Wonderful performer, great energy.
Oh, yeah.
And as much as we've been talking tonight about style and having your own brand and having your own sound, he's got that. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
This song that we've got is called Minding My Business. You know what I'm saying? We were listening to it earlier, and he has his own he's got his own kind of gritty sound to it. You know what I'm saying? What do you think?
Yeah, when I was listening to it, it reminded me of like the game with like the grittiness of the voice.
Okay.
And then you add like this southern almost like I don't even know, just like this southern
Twang to
twang.
it. Right?
Yeah, like it's something to it. Yeah.
He's preaching a little bit.
Almost.
Yeah.
Yeah, almost preachy, but
like
not
that.
really.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. Nah, hey, so you know what? Let's just get straight into it.
Yeah,
So
for real.
without further ado, we got Yakeem Shiva with Minding My Business. Of course, we got a nice little cook up. So here we go.
It's the cook up, the cook up. It's the cook up, the cook up. It's the cook up, the cook up. It's the cook up, cooking up.
Hey, what's up? This is Anthony Purcell with 423 Hoops. You can support us by following and subscribing on Facebook and Instagram. Come hoop.
Hey, welcome back. This is
Yeah.
Smooth Out Radio. We in the building. We doing what we've been doing. We having a wonderful, absolutely wonderful Christmas special. Thank you guys so
Oh, yeah.
much for tuning in with us. I'm your host, Taylor Joe. To my right, Michael Haze.
Michael Haze.
We appreciate you guys for hanging out with us. It's been a wonderful Christmas. Merry Christmas and a happy holidays, a happy New Year. I do want to say before we get started, because I forgot, and I forgot to say this to him, but before we get started, we would like to say something about what we got coming up next week for New Year's.
Oh.
So next week we
Yeah.
have something special, right? So we've got something special going on. We got a New Year's special. This is our Christmas special. We've got a New Year's special coming, and we are bringing in Rico Parquet. Okay, so y'all, and he, we've got
Yes.
some things that are gonna happen that are gonna be a little different. That are gonna kind of maybe set this little tri-cities, tri-state area on fire a little bit. He's got a little something for us in the works, and it's gonna be a little fire. But we've also got a couple more special guests that we're gonna keep a secret. It's gonna be it's gonna be a surprise when it happens. But we have a great New Year's special coming up, so y'all make sure y'all tune in next week.
Tap in.
So we're gonna air on New Year's Eve, so y'all can make sure you check in. But we'll probably air, so it's gonna be a great time. Y'all just tune in. www.smoothoutradio. Follow us on all the social medias: Facebook, Instagram,
Everywhere.
TikTok, all the good stuff. All right, so let's get with this. What do you call it? I want to say it's the inaugural Smoothed Out Radio. Hold on. I'm gonna do this. The inaugural Smoothed Out Radio Top Artist List. I like doing that.
Yeah.
I like doing that.
It does
All right.
add a little pizzazz.
It does. All right. So again, we use criteria. Let me roll back up here to the criteria, right? So quality of sound and production, right?
Mm-hmm.
talent,
Yep.
marketability, and brandability, right?
Yep.
You got to have some swagger. You got to have, some originality,
Mm-hmm.
searchability, professionalism. Like we should be able to look you up easily, right?
Yep.
Work ethic, and like I said, the brand.
Yeah.
Who are you?
Who are you?
Okay. Do you have a sound? All right. So we said we were breaking it into 3 tiers, right? So we had our first tier, and that was, the artist to watch, right? So this next tier is we're calling the honorable mention. These are the ones who are they're putting in some work and they're right there on the cusp of really kind of, taking the rest of putting a strong hold on on the area as far as
Mhm.
what they're doing. They're
Yeah.
they're right there. You know what I'm saying? So
They're within the arm's reach, basically,
right
at this
there.
point.
So what we got? So for our first one, we have, of course, we've got OT Helix. OT Helix, he's been on the show. Appreciate him. He's doing his thing. He is putting out. He's hustling. He had put out the Blueprint just recently. I know he's got some supposed to have some new music coming in the summer or here in the near future. Supposed to have another album coming out. Everybody's dropping. So OT Helix is on there. G4.
Mhm.
G4. Now listen, he's everything. He's G4 is an artist. He's an artist and a rapper. He makes beats. He does.
He does
he's
it all.
Engineering. He does everything. So like
I've seen the dude do a lot of stuff. I mean, he doesn't.
his performances
Yeah.
are something else. You got to see. If you've never seen G4 do his thing on the stage, you're missing out. It's one of
Okay.
the when we go back, it'll be one of the wonders of our music life. The people that were alive during this time. You know what I'm saying? Hey, listen. You gotta
Okay.
fake it till you make it, baby. All right. So then next on the list we got. He's new to me, but I just got put on by a homie out in Virginia. His name is Trap House Trav, right?
Okay.
So I've heard a couple of them, and they're bangers. And he's got his own sound. That's what I really liked about that. Like he had his own sound with what was going on. Like he was dope. He was dope. I think they're working on some stuff, to put out more stuff here upcoming. I think they sent me a couple songs that unreleased that was, what I'm saying, he's coming with fire. So
Okay.
y'all be on the lookout for Trap House Trav. I think he's out of VA. I may be mistaken, but
Okay.
the people who I talked to were out in VA.
Okay.
So next is another VA native,
Okay.
D-Main.
Yeah.
So he's
okay.
out there. He's out there doing as most of us saw. He had said where he hadn't really dropped that much, but he was still
He's still getting it.
still doing numbers.
Yep.
So big shout out to D-Main doing his thing. He was another one of those artists out there at the Friday Night Live
The Friday Night Live yep.
show. So doing his thing now. Again, there was 2 stars. There was 2 stars. We already talked about King Madam in the other tier, but there were 2 stars of that show.
Yes.
One was King Madam, and the other one was Daytoven. So
Mhm.
Daytoven, he's in our honorable mention. Daytoven, he had a perfect set list. Came in, did 2 songs, completely took the crowd by storm,
Yep.
and got up out of there. Like
Yeah, it was super quick.
he was
and
on.
then it was over.
Yeah, and he was, excuse me, he was on some, I'm gonna come in here and boss this stage up real quick.
Yep.
Y'all gonna love
Flossed
everything
in,
I
flossed
do,
out, dude.
and I'm
it
out.
was easy. Yeah.
It was dope. It was dope.
It was almost effortless to him.
Yeah, it was-
really, it
yeah.
was.
Him and his homeboy, they was live. So
For
next on the list, Jalen Servin.
Yeah,
Listen,
he's getting it.
that DNA song.
DNA is crazy.
DNA don't make you family, baby. I listen.
Hey, yeah.
I've been flying off the handle lately. I love
Yeah,
it. Listen,
he-
I said I
he's been-
smell like money when I walk through the door. Yeah, I'll be singing that song all the time.
Dude, the way that he's starting to work on his vocal,
yeah,
just finding what's like him.
Yeah.
like finding what is he on the track. Like when you want an identifier, he's getting it.
Yeah.
He's starting to find that new sound that he likes, that he's rolling with. And honestly, I love it. I can't wait for, I think it's what, Verna May Grandson? Is that the new album that he's coming out with?
Vernon May Grandson. Yeah,
Yes, I'm ready for that.
he's got. Listen,
He's already gave me a little bit of a taste of it. I can't say much else, but it is absolutely pressure. I'm excited for what this is gonna do.
okay. Yeah, no, he's with it. He's with it. So okay. So Jalen Servin, he's definitely in our honorable mention. I cannot wait to hear more from him. So
yeah, for real.
last but not least, in our honorable mention has to be Yakim Shiva.
Okay.
I mean,
Hmm.
he's got the "Mind of My Business" song. He's got another song, "Mountaintops," that we're waiting to drop later at a different time. He is gone on his own tour.
Yeah.
He's been taking himself to and from it. When you put yourself out there, like
Yeah.
only good things can come. Like you have to take a chance on yourself. That's
Yeah,
what
he's doing it right
everything
now.
revolves around. You have to take a chance on yourself. You are in control of everything that happens. So, hey,
Take
big
that
shout out
shot.
to Yakim Shiva.
Yeah.
He's been working. He's been getting better with everything he has his sound. So definitely, Yakim Shiva is in our honorable mention. We cannot wait to hear more from him.
Yeah, for
See
real.
more from him. See him hit the stage a little bit more. So
Only going to be growth
yeah,
from there, dude.
and cannot wait to have him on the show as well. Cannot wait to have him.
Yes.
So now let's break into my top 5. My top 5.
Yeah.
Okay, and again, we've given you criteria. Okay, so these next 5 artists are the ones in the Tri-Cities, Tri-State area who are really carrying the torch right now. Really carrying the torch. They're really, they're getting out there making a name. When people are listening, they can see the rest of us. And they are putting in the work. They're doing this, that, and the third,
Yeah.
what they're supposed to be doing. So we're gonna start from the bottom, right? Number
Okay.
5. Number 5 is Genova. So Genova is out of VA, right?
Okay.
Another artist that came again. Hey, listen, Smooth Out Radio. We've had him. We've
Mhm.
had everybody you need. He's another artist that came to one of our parties last year. I think you said it was what? Or who did you say it reminded you of? Like it was a Tyler the Creator almost.
Yeah. The
Golf
ones that I
Wang.
had listened to, it reminded me of the new Tyler album in a way, but
Okay.
also it put me in mind, reminiscing also on old style of Frank Ocean when he was
Ooh.
when he was doing
Listen.
the Golf Wang, the crazy Tyler the
That's
Creator stuff. That type of
Golden
singing
rubbers
was
in
in
these
there.
denim pockets.
Maybe
Hey.
not the beat style particularly was in that realm, but the way that it kind of came
Yeah.
off, the first thing that I
Yeah.
was thinking was Tyler the Creator, which isn't a bad influence
Yeah.
at all.
That's
I mean, that's
listen.
a great,
That's a high compliment.
Yeah.
Especially listen.
it's a great influence.
I was a Golf Wang all day, baby. So
Yeah.
high compliment. And he's doing shows. I
Yeah.
believe he went out to New York. I believe he came out here. He's got another show. I'm so sorry. I haven't looked it up, but he has another show upcoming. It's
Okay.
actually a rock and rap show out there in Big Stone
Oh,
Gap.
I think I seen you share that.
Yeah, so
Yep.
it's. I mean,
That'll be cool.
he works with a couple of the other different artists because it's been all love around here, and I love to
Mhm.
see that. But he's doing his thing. So that's number 5. Number 4, Kareem Liddell. Right?
Yeah, you actually put me on to him too. Yep.
That boy is. I've known Kareem for a very long time. So Kareem is. I've been watching Kareem grow, and he's always been dope. He's
Mhm.
always been dope. He's
Yeah.
just he drops, and they've got creative. Him and Genova, like they're creative with how they do.
They're creative for sure.
They're very creative.
Yes.
It's wonderful. It almost reminds me of back in the day with like how Outkast had their whole
Yeah.
everything. Like CeeLo was there. Like it was just a whole.
Instead of following what's in the niche,
Yeah.
they're going outside of that.
Yeah.
And they're kind of again encompassing that self-found sound
For sure.
of what they can do.
For
So
sure.
I agree with that.
All right. So next, let's give away. Excuse me. Next, number 3 on the list is Fat Mamba.
Fat Mamba.
Fat Mamba. So listen, Fat again. Big shout out to Fat. Worked with Fat on a few different things. He's dropping a new album, I believe, at the beginning of the year. I think it's on January 1st. I think it's called 3 Leg Parlay. So y'all make sure y'all go check that out. I'm telling you,
that's so-
hey, all this free promotion and stuff, it's gonna come back. No, I'm playing. I'm playing. I love y'all. Listen,
That's
y'all
funny.
go check that. I can't wait to check it out.
Yeah.
Listen. I've been around him in the studio. I've heard some of those songs because again, I'm always I critique. I'm always I dive deep into different people's efforts into their music, and he was like, "Bro, I got bars, bro. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
can spit." And I was like, "All right."
Exactly.
And he made me twist my face up, and I was like, "All right." I twist, you know what I'm saying? Like he has a. All right, so that's number 3. So big shout out to Fat. Number 2, and I kind of this one was tough.
Okay.
This is tough because number 2 and number 1, you know what I'm saying? Like as far as it's hard for me to kind of distinguish.
Okay.
But number 2, I'm gonna go ahead and say is Ishmael Nehemiah.
Okay.
Ish is listen, that man is crazy with it. Because he's one of the
Yeah.
only ones that can again. Yakeem Shiva does a little bit of dabbling into carrying a tune in some of his songs, but Ish is really the only one that can really sing and rap and do it flawlessly. Like
Yeah.
it's
He's given me when I was listening, at least he gave me this I wanted to listen a little more.
yeah, he's got
Every
soul.
time I listened to it, at least from the reels and the shorts I've
Yeah.
seen of it, it just sounded just fluid.
Yeah.
Like it just sounded like it was natural motion.
He gives
and
he makes you
I
think.
don't know. It's a think. Yeah, for sure. It's more of a thinking.
Yeah.
Artist for sure.
For sure.
I would
He's-
agree with that.
He's like
Which isn't a bad thing. We need that.
Oh,
We need
God.
people
he's
with that talent to be able to put something on a page that makes you think.
yeah, for sure. No,
Yeah.
Ish is the man. But okay, so that's number 2, and again, that was very difficult for me.
Mm.
That was very difficult for me. And again, no, there's no bias. There's no any of this. We're strictly just looking at what people are doing and the talent levels,
Yeah.
the work that people are putting in. That's all of this is about, right? So our number one on the for the inaugural smoothed out top artist for the Tri-Cities, Tri-State area has to be Rico Parquet.
Okay.
It has to be.
Okay.
Like when we were going over all the criteria, everything that we were looking at, he was really the only one that kind of checked every single box. Going on tour, listening parties, dropping albums, has the content, has the quality with the production, has the
Yeah.
quality with the sound. You know what I'm saying? The album was an album. You know what I mean? It had a feel to it. It had a sound to it. You know what a Rico Parquet song is. You know what I'm saying? Like when hey, I wish we need to get him like a tag or something so everybody knows like, hey, boom, oh, we know it's gonna be a Rico Parquet song.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
listen, but
That would be pretty tight.
he's got that sound. So right now he's definitely got the top spot right now in the Tri-Cities, Tri-State area. Now again, all these people, all these different artists are doing their thing. That's why we've even mentioned their name. Okay?
Mhm.
So and again, again, there are levels to it, right? There's
Yeah.
levels to it, and you have to do what you're supposed to do, and you have to grind. You have to follow your craft. You have to believe in yourself, and you have to make it work. Otherwise, you have no business. It's a dog eat dog world. It's a crazy world out there.
Yeah.
So
I mean, that's pretty much true, though. I mean, I would change my list a little bit, but I mean, I give it. I think it's a good one.
change your list if you want to, big dog.
I
I asked him. Don't let him play like he didn't have
Oh,
somewhat of an
Here
opinion.
we go.
He had somewhat of an opinion on
I
this
didn't
list.
have all of it. I had somewhat.
He had
Let's
somewhat of an
clarify.
opinion on the list.
Clarify.
He sure did. Somewhat. He gave me his. Hold on, let me get over
He's
here in
trying to
his.
get in all
I gotta go
camera.
get
He's
over
trying to
in
get
his
my
real quick.
camera. Get on your camera.
He gave his opinion on everything.
No.
Yes, he did. Thank you. Because this is something I've been wanting to get to for a while. All right, so we talked about our top 5. We got a cook-up drop from one of the artists, one of the top artists in the area. Okay, so
Okay.
we've got a cook-up drop by none other than Kareem Liddell. Okay, so the song he just dropped. I don't know if you've had a chance to listen to it.
Okay.
You haven't. I don't think you
I
have.
don't think I have yet.
Ooh, I'm gonna play it for him as soon as we're done. This bad boy is crazy. Okay.
Okay.
When I say to you, I had to put him on. When I tell you, Let me put y'all on. If y'all don't know about Kareem Liddell, go find out. Okay. So I'm not even
Definitely.
gonna talk no more because the song speaks for itself. There's no reason for me to get into any of the mumbo jumbo. So let's get to it. Again, we appreciate y'all for tuning in. This is, next week we've got our New Year's special. So make sure y'all tune in. We got Rico Parquet. We've got a couple other guests coming to make special appearances. So y'all make sure y'all tune in. Again, www.smoothdoutradio.com. Smoothed Out on Instagram. Check us out on Facebook. Check us out on TikTok. If you missed the episode, we're going to air again tomorrow morning at 7:30. Probably again at 9 o'clock tomorrow night. But tune in. We'll see y'all later. Much love. And we're going to leave you with the last cook-up drop with Overrated by Kareem Liddell.
It's the cook up, yup, yup, the cook up. It's the cook up, yup, yup, the cook up. It's the cook up, yup, yup, the cook up. It's the cook up, yup, yup, the cook up. Cooking up.